Wellness. I'm your host, Coach Monica. I'm joined today by Coach Darcy, and we are here to guide you through the ins and outs of a lifestyle that's transformed not just our lives, but the lives of countless women navigating the waves of perimenopause and menopause. Whether you're here to shed weight, understand your body better, or simply find a community that gets it, you're in the right place. So sit back and enjoy the next few minutes as we tackle the hot issues of today.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, Coach, your camera. Are you having a storm over there? Is it
Oh,
cloudy?
it is. No, it's sunshiny.
It is sunshiny here too. We are having some beefs with our software company,
Yeah,
Restream. Shame.
we were raving about them and all
I
sorts of
know.
things, and then they do stuff like this.
I know. Restream, get it together or we're going to go
Fix it.
somewhere else.
Fix it.
I don't know where we're going. I
I don't know.
think actually Zoom has the same capabilities of this software.
Oh,
And Zoom is where we
we've been doing a
record
lot
our
of things
podcast.
there. Mm-hmm.
Like you're literally frozen at this point.
Great. Am I
Yeah.
smiling?
It's going to
No,
be a
I'm not.
show. It is going to be a show today. Yep,
All
and
right.
it's even blurry over on Facebook.
Yeah, it is.
Lovely.
I see it. I see it. I'll just keep smiling. So if I get frozen, then I won't
Just
be
keep
like,
smiling.
oh.
Just keep smiling. How are you doing? Do you having a good week so far?
I am. It is. It's been a good week. It's been sunshiny. Baseball. Face got stuck like that. That's hilarious.
Oh dear.
Sorry. Baseball's over.
That's right. We had a championship game, did we not?
Yeah, we did, and win, but it was fine. They played hard.
That's fine. And I saw the ring that we got.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yep. Yep. Even second
So
place.
so what's going to fill your time now that baseball is out and
Listen, my schedule is filling up with clients. Boys are still home from summer. I'm babysitting dogs. So
oh, that's
just
right.
our dog, not dogs. And he's whining outside of the door, so he doesn't have
Yeah.
Clark.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. What about you, Coach?
Well, I'm frustrated
what's your
with this
summer?
camera situation. It's
Yeah.
just
You
frustrating.
don't need to see me. It's fine. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you. We
All
can all hear
right.
you.
All
Things
right.
are well. Things are going well. I'm finishing up my time at the jail. I have had the opportunity this last several weeks to go in and pour into a group of women at the
Oh,
jail, and it has been really, really fun.
yes.
I've learned a
I
lot.
laughed.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry I laughed about that. That's a good ministry.
No, it is. It's changed me. It's shown me a whole different world. When we are busy working and busy doing our things, sometimes we don't see what's out there. And I've had 5 women who I've been working with that have just they've changed me, and hopefully I've done the same with them.
Yes.
It's been very hard and difficult to teach health at the jail when most people who are incarcerated gain 40 to 50 pounds. And I found out there's a science behind that, in why they have to feed them carbs. And so that's been a very fascinating thing. It's brought a couple of meetings with the sheriff because I'm like, I want to help these women, but I can't when you're pouring carbs down them. And
Yes.
diabetes is on the rise in our jails, and it's really a sad thing. But I got to work with a group of women who are getting ready to be released. And it's been exciting. It's been so exciting. So they graduate next week. You know what I did with them, Coach?
What'd you do?
So I taught them the green bean technique. Because
Oh,
in the
yeah.
jail they can intermittent fast and they
Mhm.
can work out. So that's the thing that we are able to do when we go in there is teach them how to intermittent fast, teach them that they don't have to take all of the carbs, that they can replace them with meat and all of those things. So I've given them little tips and tricks, but I also taught them about the green bean test. and they just thought that was just, the best thing. And so when they graduate, I have a verse picked out for each one of them, and I have a journal, and I'm going to give them a can of green beans, and I hope that they'll take that, and
Yeah.
really. Can you hear the dog just lapping up the water behind me?
No, because you got your sound right. You
Oh,
can't
it's right. Good. Good.
well, today it is. My
Well,
screen's
today's
not, but you're
my
no.
I do not understand. Like, are you using a different camera?
No, I'm using same
Unreal.
place. Things are yellow.
Unreal.
Yellow means where it's saying that things are yellow. And
Oh,
but
it's
over
saying
here
they're yellow.
and I don't know what is.
Well, the
It's
show must go on. The show must
must
go
and
on.
it's fine. We'll
Yep.
make it.
So, we're going to talk about something today that is going to make a lot of health coaches mad, which is not something that we're used to doing. It's pretty standard in our department because we have a really unconventional we have an unconventional idea of health. And so it's probably going to make a lot of people mad. May make some of our clients mad, for example, because when we get a client that comes to us, you had a couple of intakes this week.
Mhm.
When we get a client that comes to us, they are focused, they are hyper focused on one number. And let's have some empathy here because you and I were the same way. We were the
Mhm.
same way when we began our weight loss journey. I lost 120 pounds. You lost, 75, 77.
70.
I always get that. I always give you an extra five.
I'll lose
Um,
5 more pounds for you, but
yeah, I
I'm
know. Then we'll make
trying.
that we'll make that statistic accurate, right? But
Right.
when we were in the same boat, we had one number that we thought was either we failed or we succeeded by this number, and that's the number on the scale. And so when we get a client and we do an intake call, it is very, very difficult to get that conversation shifted over to your two coaches really don't care what that scale says because we are hyper focused on other numbers. Here's the secret sauce in that. We understand when we fix the numbers that we're going to talk about chasing today, the scale automatically falls. It's just a cause and effect kind of thing. I have never once worked with a client who wanted to get their A1C down that has not lost 100 pounds on the scale. I just haven't done it. Have you had a client that you have fixed an A1C number and the scale didn't move? Or
Uh,
their clothes didn't
no.
fall off? No.
No, it's
So
never happened.
yeah, yeah. If you go after a number on the scale and you don't go after the numbers that we're going to talk about today, you are going to gain the weight right back. This is where the diet pills come in. This is where Optavia comes in. This is where the weight loss shots come in. Those companies and those things go after one number. We are going after five numbers minimum. So,
Mhm.
we're going to talk about that today. What numbers do we care about as coaches that we want to see, that we want to chase? Now, there's other fun numbers that we can chase. Like I've got a client right now who's reached his weight loss goal, right? And so that number on the scale, he reached it. Well, we're not chasing that number anymore. We are chasing a body fat percentage number. We're chasing a muscle number, right? When
Mhm.
you change the number you're chasing, you will change your life. And I'm not even sorry about saying that. I don't care what the scale number says. I have a client who's hasn't moved the scale number in probably 3 months. She's lost 48 inches. Her
Uh,
clothes are falling
y
off of her, right? She's
Yes.
carnivore. So what's
Yes.
happening? She's created muscle. She has created
Yes.
a brand new, form of weight loss. So the numbers that we're going to talk about today, we are going to take a lot of what we're going to talk about today from two books. Okay. Excellent books to get, by the way. If you don't have them in your library, you are missing out. Dr. Ken Berry and Kim Howerton wrote a book, Common Sense Labs. That's where we're going to take our data from today. And the other book that is changing my life is The Unholy Trinity. Those are the two books that we're going to use today. Just happened to pull them off the bookshelf because every one of those books behind me has a supporting factor of why we don't chase the scale number. Is a scale number important for health coaches, Darth? Like
The
when
scale.
you put your
I
marketing
mean,
hat on.
people like to hear it.
Oh, yeah, they do.
You
They do.
know, they like to
Marketing,
hear it.
memes
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah,
Health
they
coaches
do.
love to say my clients have lost 20,000 pounds.
Yeah, they do. They grab other people
Yes,
and
they
they show
do.
that's what those other
Optavia.
companies do.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's Optavia. I'm just saying.
Sorry.
Maybe we'll
Sorry.
start saying Optavia because it
That
sounds French.
Well, it makes me mad that they use company
They do.
pictures. They don't even use their own
Mhm.
clients'
I
pictures.
did it. I did it when I was LM like,
Yeah.
I wasn't,
Did
but
they give you pictures to use?
yeah, they did.
Oh.
Yep, they shared, like, "Share this," and if you had your own, you could submit it, and then people could use
So that
yours,
you have to
but
submit
I
your
didn't
own.
have very many.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
that's just wrong.
so to
That's a
see if it's a
scam.
big enough difference, like,
Yeah,
it is
show
very
your own clients. And then
scammy.
the other thing they do is they'll say message me. Because they'll want to they'll put something on Facebook that says, a fake picture of a company picture, right? They'll post
Yes.
that, and then somebody'll bait them or clickbait them. They'll be like, "Oh, how's that?" "Oh, I'll private message you." So they don't even put it on their
Yes.
post
No,
because if they
no.
did, people would know it's a scam. They would know, "Oh,
Yes.
Optavia, I get it. I
Yes.
don't want that." Yeah.
It's
That's what
bogus.
happens when you chase a scale number. It's a false
Mhm.
number because that scale will change 45 times throughout your health journey.
Yeah.
But what won't change, or what you want to change gradually, is you want to change your metabolic health numbers. So there are 5, and I'm taking this again from this book, um,
Common
Common
Sense
Sense
Labs.
Labs. There
Mhm.
are 3 or 5 numbers that you want to chase, okay? When you determine, are you metabolically healthy? And here's the thing, when you are metabolically healthy, that scale will fall right in line where it's supposed to with your magical number on the scale. My numbers, when I fixed those metabolic numbers, my scale was where I wanted it to be. So I
Yes.
automatically lost weight. Blood pressure is the first one. Your A1C is the second one, your fasting blood glucose, your triglycerides, your HDL, and your waist. Those are the things you want to chase. If you are missing any of those, it means you have a metabolic disorder. It means that you have got to fix one of those things metabolically in order to be healthy. So yesterday I got my labs back. I get my labs taken once a week, once a year.
Once
By the
a
way,
week.
by the way, you can order these yourself. So a
Mhm.
lot of people have doctors who won't cooperate with them, who they will just take a simple blood panel and say, "Oh, you're healthy," or "Oh, you're not healthy." You can order your own complete blood work done. Do you remember, Coach? LabCorp is where I go. LabCorp. um what is the other one? Quest. I believe it's called Quest. You can order your own panel, okay? And then you can take this book and you can read your own panel because your doctor will not read it correctly, right?
Yes.
Because there are recommended numbers, and then there's ultimate numbers. If you are
Yes.
anything over a 5.0 in your A1C, you are headed like a freight train to diabetes. Within 10 years, you will be diagnosed as a diabetic if it's
Yes.
over 5, right?
Yes.
So, Coach, have you had yours? I forgot to ask you. Have
Yeah.
you had your blood panel done
Well,
recently?
I did. I did in the beginning of the year, but it was through my insurance company. So
Gotcha.
I think
Yeah.
I mean, your blood still gives the certain numbers.
Yeah. Well, they say once a
Mine's
year. Have it
actually,
done.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. First year that I've actually been important enough to have life insurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, and
we did that.
the thing I do is I'm like, I need you to order every single thing that my insurance will cover. I don't care
Hmm.
if you care about the number. I want my hormones checked. I want my A1C checked. I want everything my
Yeah.
insurance will cover. And I will pay out of pocket through LabCorp if I don't get that because I want a
Yeah.
complete blood panel. I want to know what's happening in my body. I want to know what's happening with my liver. I want to know what my A1C is. I got mine yesterday. Do you know what mine is?
Nice. What is yours?
It's 5.1.
Oh no.
It
That's
is
your A1C?
5.1. That is my A1C. And it came down
Girl.
from 11.
Oh,
So, yeah. You
how do you
guys, you
feel?
have to. I feel incredible. Feel
Okay.
absolutely incredible. Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. I. Is that
It's
a
my
dog?
children. No, it's my children. I'm sorry. I couldn't forewarn. I've got a dog whining at me and
You are a hot mess.
I'm just out of the norm professionalism that I normally
Well,
try to have. At least
you're
I did
real,
my hair for today.
but we can't see it.
I know. It's cute today.
Oh, it's cute. I love it. I love
So
it. So I
you
want to
are
read you
feeling
something. I want to read
okay.
you something.
All right, you
So
do that.
everything we do with our clients comes down to this. Everything we do. Oh, looky here. You brought me a toy. You guys, this
We's a
show will
mess.
go down in history as a flop, just
We's
so
a
you know.
mess.
If you're watching, this is comedy this morning. This is
It is.
comedy.
It's very funny. I mean,
Everything
blurry.
I'm crystal clear, but there's a circus going on behind me.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
anyway,
So
read what you have to read for us.
everything we do with our clients comes down to this.
Okay.
Insulin. This is why other diets don't work. This is why chasing a number on the scale will only get you failure, because if you do not fix insulin, you're not going to lose weight long term. You may starve yourself and you may have a situation where your body's like, I got to keep her alive, right? But that weight's coming raging back. If you do not fix your insulin, which is your fat storage hormone, if you do not fix this, it comes down to what I'm going to read you. Everything is based around chronic inflammation. It says, unfortunately, insulin resistance happens to be a trigger for inflammation and is also an ongoing condition. It is the number one cause of chronic inflammation. The inflammation that is at a relatively low level, so you're unlikely to notice any symptoms, but that's a problem as well because it means you can have both insulin resistance and chronic inflammation for years or even decades and not realize it. And even when you're unaware of it, the damage chronic inflammation can cause is deadly serious, leading diseases. Now, listen to this, everybody. This is why we don't care about calories. We don't care about anything but bringing your insulin down. All right. When you're unaware of it, the damage chronic inflammation can cause is deadly serious, leading diseases stemming from or associated with chronic inflammation include heart disease and strokes caused by micro injuries to your arteries and vascular system that can lead to arterial plaque formation, cancer, arthritis, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, kidney disease, fatty liver disease, and autoimmune and neurodegenerative disorders such as dementia, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's. In addition, inflammation promotes your body's aging process. This is why sometimes it's referred to the anti aging community as inflammaging. That's why when people lose weight and when they go on the keto diet, they literally age backwards 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is
Yes.
insane to look at my old pictures. I look like an old woman. And when I lost that, I actually reversed my age. So when you eat foods high in carbohydrates or carbs, your body converts them into glucose relatively quickly, which places a greater demand on your pancreas to produce insulin. The same is true of foods that are high in on the glycemic index, which is a measure of how quickly a food is turned to glucose. So you eat the sugar, the carbs, the processed food, the oils. What happens is your blood sugar, having struggles talking today, your blood sugar spikes, poking your pancreas to make more insulin. When your body is making more insulin and more insulin and more insulin, your body is like, I can't handle anymore, and it starts to store it as fat. It also starts to create those diseases we talked about. So all of these things stem from inflammation and insulin resistance. When you reverse insulin resistance, you reverse those diseases. That's why we call them diseases of human civilization, because we've created them.
Mhm.
Diabetes type 2 is a human created disease. And if you have it, you are creating it with your lifestyle choices, period.
Yes.
Diets don't fix that. Optavia does not fix that. The shots don't fix that, right?
Nope.
What fixes it is changing what you put in your mouth. That's the biggest thing that we try to get across to our clients is it's not about the scale. It's about reversing that A1C number. By the way, A1C number is your glucose in a span of about 12 weeks. So your insulin numbers, your glucose numbers, mine was 74 that day that I took my test. My fasting glucose number was 74. That's just a number. That time in that space, right? My A1C is a compilation of those things in weeks, okay? If you're over 5, you are headed to diabetes. Period. You have about 10 years when you are insulin resistant. You have about 10 years before you're formally diagnosed with diabetes. Did
Mhm.
you see my number yesterday that I posted on Facebook? Diabetes killed 1 in 280 in the 1960s, I believe. Now it's
Mm.
killing 1 in 10.
Wow.
And people,
Those
if you die of a heart attack, if you have a heart disease, you are an undiagnosed diabetic.
yeah.
That's
Those numbers
insanity.
just speak for themselves, and you wanna say, "Well, why?
Why?
Why are we going backwards in a city that is well-versed in
Mhm.
knowledge nowadays? Like, why are we're headed backwards?" And
Backwards.
because we're going backwards in a high functioning society, and we're
And it
so
stems,
dependent.
yeah, it stems with
Go
the
ahead.
food pyramid
Yeah.
in the 70s. Low fat, when they
Wow.
created that food pyramid, this is when our
Mhm.
epidemic began.
Yeah. Yep.
We don't we don't
Sad.
chase scale numbers, y'all. We do not chase scale numbers. We
Mm-mm.
chase the metabolic numbers. When you give us a metabolic panel that is healthy, I can guarantee you that scale has automatically fallen.
Right. You know, the best part of our coaching is the fact that we are not gaining new medications, but we're eliminating them. And
Yes.
when we eliminate them, that's when we can do our dance. We used to dance for weight loss,
Hmm.
but now that's kind of sounds weird, but we
I
excited
did.
we celebrate when our clients can say, I was on this many medications and now
Hmm.
I'm down to 5. And then I was at 5, now I'm down, I don't take it at all because
Yeah.
I don't need it. And I'm going to use this again, the I
Mm.
love the word empowerment because that's when you are in control of your health. That is the what you feel. You feel empowered when you're in control of your health and that you
Hmm.
don't need to depend on anybody else. You don't need to depend on the doctors, the pharma. You don't need to depend on anything but your lifestyle nutritional choices.
Yeah.
That is what all you have to do.
Uh-huh.
And by golly, our bodies are amazing and heal them, but we don't allow them to heal
Uh-uh.
themselves. We actually age ourselves
Yeah.
with
Because we
all of that.
trust the doctors.
Yeah, because we are not doing the research ourselves, and we are
Hmm.
having that. The doctors are smart and intelligent, or else they
Hmm.
wouldn't have gone to be a doctor for 8 years or the
Exactly.
schooling for 8 years, and then above that, like when they have to go get another
Hmm.
master's of some sort. Yeah, they do a lot of schooling, and yes, they're
Hmm.
very knowledgeable, but they trade that knowledge that they're learning for the pharma to tell them what kind
For
of
pharma.
medications
Yeah.
for pharma.
Did you know pharma funds the medical universities?
I believe it.
So what do you think these doctors are going to do? Now,
Mhm.
credit to some of them. They're coming out of the
Yes.
fog. They're
Yes.
coming out. I, I would say 8 out of 10 of my clients who want to come off of their medication have to do so by themselves. They do not have the
Mhm.
support of their doctors. And they're just like, Monica, my doctor will not work with me in coming off of metformin. So I'm having to do it myself. And we, of course, we have to legally say, well, we can't support that because we're not
Yeah.
doctors. We don't play one on the internet. But 8 out of 10 of our clients do not have the help of the doctors. Now,
Right.
a little bit of reprieve for the doctors is people on our side are lazy. We're lazy. We choose the diet foods. We choose the pill. We choose the shortcuts. We choose all of those things. You know the latest one? I am
What?
fired up today. I get so sick. I need to put TikTok away because I'm
Yeah,
on the
I
health
told
side.
you that the other day. I said we need to stop watching reels and TikTok. Period.
The latest one is I'm going to have a cup of rice water. I'm going to soak rice in hot water for an hour and I'm going to put a lime in it and I'm going to lose weight. They will do insane, stupid things,
Rice water.
but actually eat whole foods, get your insulin under control, get your glucose under control. That's not an option. But we're going to drink
Mm-mm.
rice water every morning and we're going to give ourselves a shot in the belly to lose weight. Come
They don't
on.
want to give up the things that we
They want
have been manipulated to
they want
consume.
shortcuts. Mhm.
They want the shortcuts.
Yeah.
They don't want to give they don't want to grieve the things that are killing them.
No. No. So the doctors are left with lazy people. Period.
Mhm.
You know, people who will take the shortest cut out of the office. So they number 1, they don't have time to work with us. We spend
Mm-mm.
hours a week working with clients individually one-on-one to get rid of addiction, to get rid of the diseases of humans that we it takes us hours and sometimes tears. You and I have staff meetings that
Mhm.
sometimes are full of tears. So doctors don't
What?
have that time. They
Don't
really
call me
don't.
out like that.
Yeah, I know. I cry too. It's
I
frustrating
know.
because victory is so close for some people, and yet we choose the lazy ways.
They do yeah, they don't want it
it's
enough.
heartbreaking. So
Yes.
doctors are faced with that too. They're faced with the
Mhm.
fact that their patients would rather take a pill that will shorten their life by 10 years rather than eat something healthy, and
Right.
they don't have time. So
Yes.
there's the escape. There's the soft, patting the doctors on the back. But the other thing is they're funded by big pharma, and that's the only way they know how. They're coming out of it. We are
Yes.
getting referrals from doctors. Kudos to them for caring
Yeah.
for their patients. You know,
Absolutely. Yep. We
it's
definitely need to
happening.
highlight those doctors that are
Yes,
standing up
Dr.
and using
Barry.
their comments. Yes.
Thank you,
For an
Dr. Barry.
example, there's another doctor out there that I've been watching on the tube that has definitely turned the book
Hmm.
around. I mean, there's a lot of them,
There are
actually,
a
a
lot.
lot,
There
a
are.
handful, but
Yeah.
there's more vocal than others.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, they
but
can't
I
because they'll get their license taken away.
exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
those are the threats, and we
Mhm.
see that, and they want jobs. They have families too. They have,
Mhm.
but you go into being a doctor, they
Mhm.
don't realize how they're being trained, and actually, it's
Mhm.
not healing people. It's just masking the
Yeah.
problem. Scribe something to help them because
Right.
it's no oh, eat healthy, stop eating this. It's not
Mhm.
that.
Right.
Um and
Right.
the biggest thing in my world right now that has been on the forefront of my mind was, I've been seeing a lot of people, taking in the parents that have dementia,
Mm.
and that is type 3. You talk about insulin resistant, and what was the word you used about the inflammation? You used a word, and it was like inflammation and human together.
Oh, and the inflammaging.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
inflammaging,
inflammaging. Mhm.
and all that dementia is that inflammaging. I can't even say it.
Inflammaging. Yeah.
Inflammation is these kids, or not kids. Their kids are having to take care of them now because
Mhm.
they're insulin resistant and they
Mhm.
have 3 diabetes, and by golly, it makes me sad
Oh, it
because
does.
to live like that and you may be a young person with
Mhm.
dementia, or it just breaks my heart to know that there is there is a fix,
There's a fix.
or
We have to
no,
be
a
willing to take it. Yeah.
preventative more
Well,
than a
and
fix.
for some people there is a fix. Like it's
Mm,
not too late for you. It is not too late. If you are breathing, if you are living, it's not too late for you to turn this thing
right,
around. It's going to
right,
take some drastic measures. It's going to
yes,
take facing your addiction one-on-one, which is the number one reason why people are trapped by obesity and by insulin resistance. It's because they're addicted. They're addicted.
Mhm.
They have a carbohydrate addiction, and they're not willing to face it head
Yeah.
on. The
Right.
clients who are willing to face it head on and realize, you know what, there's no moderation for a food addict, for a sugar addict. There's no moderation for a carbohydrate addict. Once they realize that and they take the first step that AA takes is I'm powerless over this thing. They call us and they get into our program. Those people are the ones who heal. It's not too
Yeah.
late,
Right.
but you have to realize that you can't try every stupid thing in the book. Well, you can try it, but you're
Mm-mm.
wasting time.
Yeah. You
I'm
know,
really
the
sad. Go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say, for my generation and younger, if I tell those young people because they're like, oh, they care about health, but they are listening
Mm-hmm.
to these
Mm-hmm.
people that are shoving these trendy
Yeah.
superfoods down their throat.
Yep.
And so they have the opportunity to take care of their bodies now
Yeah.
when they get hit 30, that clothesline where their bodies start
Whew.
to decline now. Like fix it
Yeah.
before. Invest in the future you now. Say goodbye to those foods that are going to cause
Yeah.
you issues in your future. I
Yeah.
cannot stress that enough.
Right.
If I would have been taught of how to eat healthy
Mm-hmm.
and not depend on what everybody's saying is trendy and the thing
Yeah.
to consume because it does A, B, and C.
Yeah.
If I would have just known that information back then,
Right.
I would have not been in the same shoes that I was.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing
That
that's
ended
not
up
helping us is the body positivity movement. The thing
right.
that I'm okay, no matter what size, and connecting the body positivity movement to not caring what we put inside of our bodies. It's a disaster. It's a train wreck
Yeah,
waiting to happen. We're watching it.
yeah,
You know what? I read something yesterday. I thought, okay, obesity is a national security threat. I'm like, oh, that's taking it far. That's how is obesity a national security threat? They turn down 80% of our young people, our 18-year-olds, because of obesity. They can't take them into the military
right,
because they are obese.
right.
80%.
That's a lot.
Okay. That is a national security
It is,
threat.
especially when our bodies were created to thrive and be powerful as youngsters because that is
Mhm.
like the moment in our journeys where we are
Yeah.
creating families, we are being the stronghold, and
Mhm.
phew, now you can't because
No.
you are. And
Yeah.
Monica and I feel like we are in a place where we can share those true
Mhm.
feelings about body shaming. If
Yeah.
my 200 plus size person was not happy. It
Mm-mm.
was not,
Never.
I was not, it was never happy. I might have had a front to
Mhm.
seem like I was happy, but behind closed doors, I was not
No.
happy. My
No.
mind did not do happy things. It was
No.
not in a place where I able to be content with who I was and
Mhm.
have the confidence that I
Yep.
needed. No, it was not that. And that might just be me. And it might just be
No.
Monica. It
Nope. It
might
was
it
well, it was
might just,
me.
it might just be us to feel that way. But there are
I was never
answers
okay.
too. No, there are answers. There are answers, but you just have to work a little hard. And
Mhm.
there is, anyway,
You're right.
there's
You're right.
now I've got
I
somebody at
saw
my front door.
Oh, I saw a picture of me. Do you need to go get it? You need me to
No,
answer it? All
they don't
right.
need me right now. I don't know who it is.
Okay. I saw a picture of me with Sarah wasn't born yet, and I never allowed pictures of me or my family, me with my family. And there was one picture that I found this week of me and the boys, and I could feel what I was feeling. The outside was smiling. It was the old fashioned Olin Mills kind of picture, family photo. And I could feel this picture, and inside I was shamed. I was full of shame. I was oh, it's your mother-in-law. She's at your front door. Just tell her to walk in.
I can't get to the
But
door right now.
inside, I was miserable. I was never okay. Now, because I'm a pretty powerful woman, because I got a little feminist that lives inside my heart sometimes, I would have been on the front lines these days at 250 pounds. I would have been promoting body positivity. I would, on the outside, I would have been like, yes, I'm fine in my skin. Fact of the matter was I was miserable. I was shamed. I was not happy. Number one, because I couldn't move. So it was a physical thing for me. Like I couldn't run with my kids. I look at those pictures of the boys that I was holding in my lap that day. That woman couldn't run with her kids because I was too big. I couldn't breathe. My lungs were suffocating. I was not okay. And so I think it's really, really a sad place that we are. I think people are waking up to it now. I think with the new knowledge that we have on what those A1C numbers mean, what these numbers mean in our blood panels, I think we're starting to wake up. And I never want to ever promote body shaming. I never want to, because there's a fine line as health coaches. There is a fine line between body shame and body positivity. There's a fine line, and we have to walk that line. Because here's the other thing, you know, I lost 120 pounds and I lost it naturally, right? Um, and I wholeheartedly believe in the way that I did it. I wholeheartedly, you know, if I would have known what I knew, now back then, I would have done it 10 years sooner, right? But what scares me is I was so desperate for that body fat to come off because I was so miserable. I was so I would have done anything. My biggest fear is probably I would have taken that shot. And that is really scary. So when I hear of people going that route and taking the shortcut route with that shot, what scares me is I probably would have done the same thing. But now that we are on the side of 120 pounds gone, new lifestyle, brand new lipid panel, now that we're on this side, I know what would have happened had I chosen that shot. It's already happening to these people. The weight is coming raging back for these people. And then they think they can get on the shot again. But now what has happened is there's a GLP-1 resistance buildup. Just like insulin resistance, there's a GLP-1 resistance. And so they can't get it off the second time they go on the shot. So it's a crisis, in my opinion, as we've been in the health coaching practice for about 6 years now. We have watched a morphing of people, and we have watched this thing happen. And we are in a crisis right now because we know what's happening. You have a 3-ring circus going on behind you, Darce.
Do you hear it?
Jesus. My
It's all
goodness.
good. It's all right. We'll make it. I'm
Oh,
muting myself, so I'm not
w-
giving any feedback, but all is
yeah.
well. Maybe he'll be
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah. So was it your mother-in-law at the door?
Yeah, they're gonna take the boys for pizza, which is fine. Like, you can
Okay.
take
All
a Bob,
right.
it's fine.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
what's even
anyway,
scarier than your circus behind you is
what's
my
that?
silence behind me.
You there
That
he
is
did.
scarier than your circus because I know the silence behind me with 2 Great Danes in front of my
Yes,
French doors that I can see out there. I see what's happening out there, and it's quiet madness.
yes, yes.
Jackie,
Oh,
you've
I
got to
bet you're gonna have
eliminate more. Jackie, you've got to eliminate
oh,
more than sugar. You have got to eliminate the carbohydrates. You've got to eliminate that turns into sugar.
yeah,
And that's a big misnomer. A lot of people think now let me tell you, I'm going to show your comment here because I want to address this.
okay, okay.
I'm sorry. Your carbs were cut off of my reader when I was reading this. Carbs, yes, but a lot of people think, and I'm gonna talk about that. A lot of people think that when they just eliminate sugar, that they're gonna get better.
Mm,
Carbohydrates have the same impact. Um, Here, I'll read it straight from the book. Here, wheat. You've been told, right? Eat the healthy grains. I'm sure you've been told not to eat too much sugary junk food or junk food, but the truth is, wheat rises blood sugar higher than table sugar and even higher than a Snickers bar. So, a lot of people, very few foods raise blood sugar higher than wheat. but those that do include cornstarch, tapioca starch, rice flour, and potato flour. Now, go get your local keto product. Your number one ingredient in
Yeah.
that keto product is going to be tapioca starch. That
Yes.
raises your sugar higher than table sugar.
Yeah.
So the key to getting rid of that inflammation, right? The key to getting rid of that is to get rid of everything. I'm telling you, Jackie, if you went, and I don't recommend this to my clients, um, those who come to me first, right? I never recommend carnivore at first because we've got to get a sustainable lifestyle for you. We've got to make you crazy good stuff. That would be a really cool thing for you.
Right. Right. I
Wheat.
had
Everybody
something.
thinks wheat,
Yes. Oh, can I
wheat.
can I add also? And if you think about, this is the thing that I get on soapboxes for, but just the fact that our
I had
fruits and
mine out today.
vegetables
Mhm.
are, talked about, eat your fruits and vegetables, let's go vegetarian, blah blah blah. Those those fruits and vegetables, it's not unlimited amounts. Like,
Mm-mm.
but it doesn't fill you up either. Like, it might for
Mhm.
an hour or two, but then you're back to eating and spiking your insulin yet again. So when we are consuming an abundance of our fruits and vegetables, and people like the fruit a lot better because it's sweet. They're doing these fruit smoothies. They're doing these big bowls um I think the new trend is acai bowls, those types of things.
Oh
They're
yeah.
full of sugar. They might be healthy for a small snippet, but just check your glucose levels before and after you have that normal
Mhm.
amount of fruit. Great.
Oat
You know,
milk.
Oat milk, oh my goodness, let's not even talk about these man-made synthetic milks that are being produced now. Like, my goodness, like the things that they're saying that, "Oh, this is healthy." Just like what I was saying before, we overdo everything. We
Mhm.
overeat everything. And we're not eating to fuel our bodies anymore. We're just eating to eat.
Mhm.
Even if it is fruits and vegetables, we're still spiking our insulin, and we're still causing ourselves to become insulin resistant. So that is my soapbox. Because,
Oh
and
yeah.
one other thing, I'm going to add this. What is it? I'm not going to. we we have changed the look and the uh the largeness and smallness of fruits and vegetables. Like, they are
Mhm.
not the same fruits and vegetables that we used to have, our ancestors used to have. We have genetically modified them to be larger. We have genetically modified them to become sweeter. An apple is just a ginormous apple is full of sweet. Like, when before it used to be tart, it used to be
Mhm.
bitter. It did not have the sweetness that they are made and created to be, and bred to be. So it's just the portion size of the fruit and
Mhm.
vegetables that are, it's just kind of ruining us. If we're on top of the sugars and on top of
Yeah.
the
Well,
other
if you
things.
if you don't, if you want to do your own experiment, get a CGM. Go get
Oh,
one
I
of
want
those things,
one.
put it on. You can get them without a prescription. By the way, um so I have French doors in front of me. And remember I talked about the silence?
Yeah, yes.
So I just saw my $100 pair of Hey Dudes walking across the
Oh.
door, bright pink in his mouth.
It
This
looked
has
like his
been
his
this has
bear.
been the show. This has been a show. No, seriously, go grab for 2 months. You can go grab a CGM, put it on your body, and see what's spiking your glucose. Anytime your glucose is spiked, and then you've got how long does it take to come down? Okay, so not only is it important what your glucose spikes to, but how
Mhm.
long is it spiked? Because during that is when your insulin is producing all of this insulin. There's no place for that insulin to go, so it's got to go
Right.
store it as fat. Okay, go check it out.
Yeah.
If you don't believe
Here,
us,
picture
it's
this. Picture this. I want you all picture this. I just had a vision of what it's like to have an over abused cell with insulin. It's like going to, I don't know, maybe a concert, and they make you wait outside the door and you have hundreds of people waiting to get into this tiny little gate. And then when they open the gates for like free for all, you get to choose whatever spot you want. People aren't just going to be like, "Oh, you can go ahead first." No, they're going to all
Heck
try to
no.
cram into this tiny little gate. And what happens is that now that there's a backup, and then once you have, like what the cell needs, or what the music stage needs of as how many people need to be in this space for it to not be overcrowded, more people are still trying to get in and peck
Mm-hmm.
as sardines into
No
this
place for them.
this music place. There's another name for this. What is it called? A concert arena.
Arena. Yeah, right.
I don't know. So you're jamming so many things. And what's happening is that those people now that don't fit in there are going to then cluster around the arena
Mm-hmm.
to be like, oh, well, now we're just going to hear from the outside, but we're going to be right here. So it's like a clogged place right
Mm-hmm.
here. And the people are like, it just is overflowing. Or it's when you are trying to fit all of those cute outfits in a suitcase for your
Oh, yeah.
vacation that that's way too many outfits for a week,
I
but
can
you're
get a
going to
lot.
jam pack. I'm sure you can.
A lot.
But you're going to
Yeah.
sit on that suitcase in order to fit all those clothes in there. But what's happening to the casing is that it's bursting at its seams. Like, I can't handle anymore. And what happens then is your body's fantastic and is able to be like, well, maybe I need another bag. So it goes and grabs another bag to store
And
more
stores
clothes
it.
in.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right
you're
around
going
your
to
gut.
be right around there. So that is a definition of what all of these things, these so-called health things or
Mm-hmm.
synthetic man-made products that
Yeah.
are somehow considered food,
Yeah.
glues, all these things are doing to your body.
Mm-hmm. So true. It is so true. Yeah.
That was
Got
my
to stop the
vision.
insulin. You got to stop the insulin. Those other diets don't do that. They don't. The insulin storage, the pancreas is overworked, the liver is overworked. And a lot of people are like, but Monica, it's just, I just got my blood panel back and I don't understand why those numbers are changing. Are you living the lifestyle? Do you have cheat
Right.
days? Do you
Yeah.
have cheat days? Do you go off plan? Do you take our advice, maybe once, twice a week? Because you can completely ruin your health style by cheat days. That's why we don't do that. That's why we
Mhm.
change from the core up. We want you to not be able to unsee the damage that you're causing to your body by bringing in the sugar, the carbohydrates, all of those things. Now, we understand that there's addiction. We understand that 80% of our clients are addicted to carbohydrates, addicted to sugar, addicted to the processed foods. We understand that. 80% of you out there listening to us are food addicts, carbohydrate addicts, sugar addicts. There is a
We know that.
process to healing. Yeah.
We know that because you admit to it. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Oh, I
we
could
do.
never give up, or I could
I
never
couldn't give
do
up.
that.
Could
Yeah, go
never do
ahead.
that.
Sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
No, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. If you said that, I could never give that up, that means you're a food addict, right? Because there's no moderation for a food addict. There's not. And even beyond there's no moderation for a food addict, you can't go back and forth. That's why we believe in lifetime coaching. We believe that once you change, you have to be able to do what we're doing for the next 10 years of your life. If you choose the weight loss shot, you better guarantee that that budget will hold that shot for the next 10 years. Are you paying $1,300? Are you paying $500 for that shot? Can you do it every month for the next 10 years? Then maybe that's the plan for you, right? Can you do whatever you're doing? Can you drink that white rice water for the rest of your life for the next 10 years? Right? You have to
Right.
be able to do what you're going to do for the next 10 years. Now, there are things that I didn't want to give up as a food addict. I didn't want to give up the donuts. But you know what? I know what will happen if I have a donut. Hey, nope. Right here.
You're
The
just gonna go
only
eat
way
your
I
shoes.
trust him is when he is in my vision. Oh, you guys, we are so sorry for our circus that you've seen today.
That's
Hopefully
all right.
you've gotten something out of it. You know that we're real. We've
Yeah.
got a circus going on. I watched my Hey Dudes walk across the door there. The thing of it is,
Yeah, I've been blurry all day.
Darcy's blurry. It is
My
what it
circus
is.
left.
You get what you get and you don't throw a
Yeah.
fit.
No. Um,
If we can
but
implore you to do something, it's get a hold of your health before it's too
yeah,
late. Do not chase a scale number, chase the lab numbers. This is
yeah,
what counts. This is what's going to keep you here for your grandchildren. Chase the lab numbers. Do not chase a scale number. Automatically the scale's going down if you chase that. Never. I haven't seen a person that was obese with a low A1C number in a very, very long time.
right. Well, even, if you think that you're all good to go because you are thin and
No.
you work out, but you live the standard American diet,
Mhm.
numbers done
Mhm.
ASAP.
Yeah. Go order them
Prove us
yourself.
wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I
Well,
would
and
say.
there's such a thing as a skinny fat person, you
Yeah.
know? There really, really is. We do have people who are not working on their weight, who want to chase the lab numbers and get
Yep.
healthy. So, guys, we are here every Tuesday morning. We're usually not this fired up, but you know, health, I take that back. We're always fired up.
We're always fired up. But you know what the
We
best thing is? I love seeing the health coaches out there band together in unity to spread this news out and to help you at least be aware that there is an issue
Mhm.
in America. I'm just going to claim America, and whomever,
Mhm.
there's some other countries out there with the same issue, but it's a smaller amount, I believe.
Mhm.
Um, but we are banding together to make this awareness of there being an issue
Mhm.
with all the chemicals, with all the food products that they're trying to persuade us to eat, um, because they taste amazing. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing what our bodies accept as amazing, but it's just declining our health. It is.
Mhm.
We have top doctors out there. We have top physicians out there, and we are probably one of the unhealthiest countries,
Unhealthiest. Truly.
the unhealthiest, and
Yeah.
it's increasing. It's
Yeah.
decreasing. It's increasing.
Started with a man named Ansel Keys, I believe that's his name. Started
Mm,
with him. He's the one that started to formulate our current food pyramid that is
that's
upside
right.
down.
Yep.
That is when our health issues began, and that's when the money got involved, and that's when we were
Mhm.
lied to.
Yep.
Guys, you were lied to when it comes to food, and you're being lied to in the body positivity movement that we're healthy and we're okay. We are not
We're
okay.
not. We
We
are
are not
not.
okay for our kids. I regret
Mm-mm.
those years that I lost with my kids. I regret
Yep.
those things. Now, we got the optimists that say, hey, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing if you weren't unhealthy, and they're probably right.
It's true.
However, I regret the years that I missed with my kids.
Mhm.
So it's time for you to get healthy.
Yeah.
It's time for you to reach out for help. You can't do it on your own. You can't do it on your own because when you're doing it by yourself and you don't tell anybody what you're doing and you don't seek help, you don't seek support, it is easy for you to take the exit ramp. How many of you have done that? Like, oh, I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to do what she says. You know, a lot of people even follow our coaching that we give online, and they don't tell anybody that they don't get help. Well, the first party they go to that somebody says, "Hey, why aren't you eating my chocolate cake?" They cave and they give in because they
Yeah.
didn't tell anybody. They have no accountability. The
Right.
accountability is what will make you change your life for the rest of your life. So, don't do it alone. Do not do it
Right.
alone. Seek help. And this circus has come to a close. Oh, you guys, some weeks we are so put together, and then other weeks, this is what you get.
I blame the internet right now.
It is the internet's fault.
That was the start of it. We were fine and dandy until I was blurry.
You started it out, and then I completed it with my monster behind me.
Yes.
I got
Yes.
a lot of coaching today. You
Yes.
have a lot of
Same.
coaching upcoming. You got to
Yeah.
go get your
Yeah.
dog.
Yes.
And so let's carry on with this life. Hey, if you need help, please reach out to us. kmhealthcoaching.org. By the way,
What?
I'm going to tell
Oh,
people. I
are
just spit
you?
on my microphone.
You
I'm
did.
going to tell
I saw
people.
it.
You saw me spit? Okay. So last night on our website, I put something that we have not announced yet.
Oh, go over there then.
It is live.
Go
The
find it.
link is active. I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but
No,
it is
go over
live.
there. I
It
like
is
this.
active. There is something that we have not announced yet on our website, kmhealthcoaching.org. You can go get
OMG.
first dibs. That's all I'm going to say about it. We're here every Tuesday morning
I
at
like
11
that.
a.m. Did you like that? I don't even
I
think, have you seen it
did.
yet, Coach? Have you seen it?
I did. I
Did you
did.
see the
You
actual
s
website? Like
Oh, I thought so.
kmhealthcoaching.org? Did you see
I
what's there?
I s
It is,
I'm
it
not
is
sure. I'm
there.
gonna have to go look.
You will
But
have
I
to go
like the
look.
little cliffhanger there. I'm gonna
Yep.
beat y'all there right now.
It's there and it's live. And we're
Great.
going to close the doors very early on that thing.
Yeah.
So I just dropped it in there. Like, what do they call those things in the Jeep world? An Easter egg?
An Easter egg. Yeah.
An Easter egg. It's on our website,
Look
kmhealthcoaching.org.
at
Hey guys, we'll see you next Tuesday morning at 11 a.m.
Bye.
Bye. Monica here. Guess what? If you're fed up with feeling stuck in your battle with weight or food, I've got something just for you. Check out our free Facebook groups. Over at Food Addiction and Recovery, I'm over there waiting for you. We're going to walk this journey together. It's about getting real, sharing our stories, and lifting each other up. We're in this together every step of the way. And if you're curious about changing your life with keto, the Weight Loss Project is where you want to be. Coach Darcy is amazing. And together, we're not just talking about losing weight. We're talking about finding a happier, healthier you. So, what do you say? Are you ready to join us? The links are in the show notes below, and I'm telling you, this is more than an